COVID has made the past 2 years very difficult for healthcare workers, teachers, and other essential workers. The United Methodist Church of the Resurrection has started a hashtag #ShowYouCare campaign to encourage those workers. So with us today, we have Pastor Adam Hamilton here from Cord. Thank you so much for joining us.
Grace, it's great to be with you today. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So why don't you start out by telling us where the idea for the Show You Care movement came from?
Sure. Well, over the last 2 years, we've been doing a lot to try to care for and encourage healthcare workers. We knew that this is a hard job and they were putting their lives at risk and exhausting. And so we've done all kinds of things over that period of time. We've given meals to hospital workers. We've had sign campaigns where our people stood at the doors during shift changes and held up signs and put them out on the street, and worked with Charities to provide custard. But as we thought we were over all this, then Omicron comes along, and we realized, now we're back at it full bore, and we thought these folks need to be cared for. So I called the CEO of Advent Health in the Midwest, and I said, what can we do? And he talked to his team, and they said, well, just something as simple as a cup of coffee. And so we said, well, we can do that for sure. So we created these notes with the hospital for each healthcare worker that just said, we see you, we care, we know. And I asked our congregation, would you give $5 to buy a cup of coffee for somebody? And they responded. Everybody's like, I want to help encourage a healthcare worker. People want to do that. They just don't know how.
And isn't it crazy how just those little notes of encouragement can make such a big difference when we're going through times like this?
Exactly. It's huge. And so we started, in addition to the coffee and treats that we provide now, I think we're up to 4 hospitals or 5 hospitals that we're doing this at.
Wow.
Like 35,000 healthcare workers we've provided coffee for or treats for. But we've had our children making handmade cards to go in the break rooms and to line the halls, and inviting people to send e-notes to people or emails to people to just say, healthcare workers, say, hey, we care about you, we're praying for you. Had our whole congregation praying for healthcare workers in Kansas City over a week, and people do. I've gotten so many notes from healthcare workers like, thank you for noticing. This really matters. Thank you. And so we've thought, well, let's just invite everybody in Kansas City. Everybody knows a healthcare worker or somebody who works in a assisted living center or something, to say, let's encourage these people. Let's let them know that we see what they're doing. And
I love getting everyone involved in that. What are you hoping is going to be the outcome of the Show You Care initiative?
Yeah. So first of all, people can find out more about that at cor.org, so core.org/ShowYouCare. And our hope is that a whole lot of people end up sending those kind of notes or doing something to bless healthcare workers, and they feel like, okay, we can keep going during this time. We can keep going. You saw a lot of people quitting their jobs during this period of time. People are like, I can't do this anymore. And my mother-in-law's in an assisted living center, and they had one of their healthcare workers was there 48 hours straight trying to care for people. I mean, you can just imagine what that's like, and people crying, and not able to get medicines to the healthcare work, to the residents. And so we have got to do something right now. These people need that encouragement. So I'm hoping your viewers, are going, hey, I want to do something about that. And look at core.org/ShowYouCare, and just, I'll buy a cup of coffee for somebody, or I'm gonna take dinner to one of my friends who's a healthcare worker.
Yeah.
Something to say, we really care about you.
Well, and it's so easy to do that. A lot of us don't take the time to, but it's so easy to say thank you.
Exactly, and that just makes all the difference in the world. A personal handwritten note, and it's not just, of course, healthcare workers, it's school teachers. So we're looking at, we've been doing stuff with school teachers over the last couple of years, but we're asking again, okay, what more can we do? Because a lot of them are demoralized, and they're wrestling with their own families with COVID, but then trying to take care of kids. And so just thinking about, how do we care for the people around us who are caring for us or our children? And everybody can do something. So today, your viewers could, okay, I'm going to think of who can I offer a caring note to or buy a cup of coffee for? And it just makes all the difference. It keeps people going who are feeling discouraged. And
so why is this something that you and CORE decided to be passionate about and really get behind?
Yeah, well, I just feel like it's a part of, so Jesus says we're to love our neighbors, we love ourselves, and we're to do to others as we'd have them do to us. And so we just think this is a simple way that we can make a difference. And our church is constantly trying to ask in our community, where are there people who are struggling? Where are there people who are struggling financially or not having enough food on their table? We're doing a food drive right now for people in Kansas City. I think last year we gave 180 tons of food for folks. I mean, we're asking that always, but here was just a really simple, and so many of these folks also go to the church, so I see their faces, and then I hear them say, you have no idea what that means, that you ran that TV spot, to encourage us, or you provided us coffee and treats. And what was really cool is Advent Health, we started with them, and they said, well, we're going to pay it forward to another hospital. So Advent decided to do this for Olathe Medical Center. Olathe Medical Center said, well, we're going to pay this forward to someone else, and they did this for the employees at Children's Mercy Hospital.
That's pretty special.
Yeah, how cool is that? That it kind of catches on. You do kindness to other people, and that it's catchy.
Yeah.
And it's the good kind of, virus you want to get. You want to be infected with kindness and pass it on.
And kindness certainly matters. Pastor Adam, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Grace.
And of course, to learn more and take part in the Church of the Resurrection's #ShowYouCare initiative, you can go to core.org/ShowYouCare.